gets off the bench from another of his own. The referee is Arthur Suarez Diaz from Portugal. England have been acquainted with him only recently. He was in the middle for a 1-0 Wembley defeat to Brazil at the end of March. Don't need any introduction. It doesn't always happen these days, but the manager's mantra used to be don't change a winning team, and Gareth Southgate hasn't. So it's Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield once again, Phil Foden on the left, and in the continued absence of Luke Shaw, Kieran Trippier at left back, winning his 50th cap. It is no surprise who's been the most talked about player in the side before and especially since Sunday. Jude Bellingham, the only player other than Michael Owen to score the European Championship and World Cup before the age of 21. We're in Frankfurt, where England have won before. 1-0 against Paraguay in the 2006 World Cup. They've lost here before too. 3-1 to the Soviet Union at Euro 88. It was only a few weeks after a 17-year-old Alan Shearer had announced himself for the English football public. Patrick for South Africa against Arsenal. He's ready to do some more. If I remember right, you have to move on too, wasn't it? It's that result, wasn't it? There will be a moment of applause around the stadium to pay tribute. Almost like the typical yeah, hi.
And we're live. Oh.
Yes. Going to kick off. Very.
Oh.
Hello, everybody.
The game has
Kicked.
off. Earlier kickoff than usual. Hence why we've had to rush, get things ready. 5 p.m. kickoff is not
Yeah.
greatest time
No.
for us.
Quickly finish work. Hurry up.
Yeah. All of that. See if there's any changes. I'm trying to look to see if there's any changes at all.
Weiberg.
You still got Jude, you still got Trent, number 8 in the midfield. You still got that. You still got Declan Rice in midfield. You still got Phil Foden playing on the right. Yeah, nothing's changed. It doesn't seem like anything has changed for. And once it's the first thing Alexander Arnold does is lose the ball. Like what he just did just there, Alexander Arnold just kicked the ball and lost it. I don't understand why that's good. That's seen as good because he's not good in his position. He's not good. I watched the whole match and he was rubbish. He cannot play that position. He cannot play for Liverpool at club level. He should not be playing it for England at international level in an international tournament where we have to win. We're doing experimental things like playing Trent in midfield.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Like, what the fuck are we really doing?
Experimental. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. His first touch of the ball, he loses the ball. It just winds me up because this is an easy fix for me, this England problem. So yeah, it looks like England haven't changed, guys, at all. Southgate is still doing whatever he's doing. And the last game, at least I tried to understand what Southgate was doing. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I tried to be like, okay, Southgate is. I mean, I could see what he was doing, and I can explain to you guys exactly what he was doing. Kieran Trippier going wide, Foden drifting in, and all these little things. Whether it was good, whether it was effective, whether it worked, is a different conversation. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, Harry Kane can stay up front and be a striker in this match.
Yeah, they were just talking about that during the pre-game preamble
Mm.
that he drops deep when he plays for England.
He drops deep when he plays for everybody. He drops deep when he plays for Bayern. He drops deep when he plays football. Let's not do this. Like he only drops deep when he plays for England. No, if you watch him for Bayern, he drops deep. But at least for Bayern, he's got runners the other side, right?
Yeah,
He drops deep and he has runners like Musiala, Sane, running beyond him. There's no one in this England team that's running beyond Kane. Saka's not really doing it, and Foden's not doing it. Like the players that Kane needs to play with are players like Rashford, because Kane is supposed to. Well, Kane, if Kane the facilitator, right, the facilitator right now, the Martial role,
mm.
then you got to bring players like Rashford. You got to bring players like Grealish. Maybe even play Ollie Watkins or somebody off the wing. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's just
be interesting.
or Kane play as a striker, stay up front. So people like Foden and Saka, who are facilitators, they're not wide forwards. They're facilitators, really. They can facilitate for you. Anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. England 0-0, 4 minutes on the clock. This game will probably might be a more difficult game than before. Ericsson. Oh, nicely done by Foden. Saka's gonna go down or something, isn't he? Oh no, I thought Saka was gonna try go for a foul there. What was that, Bellingham? That pass back from Bellingham, yeah, by Bellingham in the number 10 position. He didn't even pass it back to flipping Declan. He passed it all the way back to the defender. He didn't need to do that. Oh,
I know. I don't know why it's doing that because the thumbnail's up there.
come on, England. Come on, England. You can lose. You put your mind to it.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Wow, early days.
If you have to make it a
Yeah, yeah,
prediction,
yeah.
like proper early.
England. I'm always gonna say should in it rather than will.
Mm.
So based on what should happen, how I see the teams, I see a 2-0 England.
Okay.
It's not that great a run. He just ran straight. You know. All hand in the house.
Yeah, I want to say come on England.
Come on,
Hope
England.
everyone's involved. Okay, come on England. Sorry, Denmark. We do appreciate you, Christensen and a few other people, but we got to have. Wait, is Ericsson playing for this team as well?
Yeah. Ericsson, number 10.
Oh, yeah, of course he does.
And we got Hoyland playing up front.
Oh yeah, I can see him.
Oh, Hoyland.
Oh yeah, Hoyland and Chris. I keep on going Christensen. Ericsson play for the same team as well.
Yeah, play for United.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ericsson is gonna. I think Ericsson signed a 2-year contract 2 years ago, so
Contract's up.
his contract might be up.
Mm-mm.
What was he doing there?
That was so weird.
If that was me, I'm like, he doesn't have time yet to do what he wanted to do. Like he wanted to control the ball, like that, and then no, like you had to just run and that first touch cross. You ain't got time to do what he tried to do. You had to cross that straight away. To me, number 5 for Denmark.
Oh, why is Kyle Walker down?
Kyle Walker looks like he's.
Mm-mm. I'll have to sit next to
the enemy.
the enemy cushion.
The enemy cushion. As an Arsenal fan.
But it's technically it's the frenemy cushion.
Does it ban you?
No,
It's Red Devils and whatnot.
It's been many times that I've needed this comfort cushion when my team's been playing.
So what's happening? Kyle Walker's alright?
Oh, he got to change his boots.
Okay. Pitch problems. Pitch problems, guys.
Interesting. He tried on different boots and then
These guys saw Hoyland play all season for United. See how terrible he was
yeah.
at doing the basic stuff like hold the ball up. And now he's starting. I'm pretty sure that's him up front. Starting up front.
I think you're right.
I mean, he does. To be honest, he does play for Denmark anyway, and I think he was probably playing for Denmark before we signed him. Yeah, man, Bellingham, what are you doing, bro? Just release the ball.
This game is going to be disturbing
Disturbing, you know. Disturbing how?
because it's just I don't know. I kind of want to see a different England team playing. I would like you said, I'd actually like to see Ollie Watkins.
It's an exciting team.
I'd like, yeah,
A team that fills you with some excitement. It's just.
Antonio. Did they say who said well, they were talking about people before the match? Oh,
Yeah, I think Tony's in the squad, isn't he?
yeah.
Not Antonio, but Ivan Tony.
It's the fact that I'm just surprised. But he's kind of kept
Yeah,
everything the same.
Bellingham's not having a good start. Neither him or Trent have had a good start
No.
to this game. His touch, Bellingham is very heavy. I'm watching him. His first touch is very heavy. He wants to do a bit. He wants to be like this dribbler guy, and he's not. He's not a dribbler.
Mm.
You know. What's happening with him? He always looks like he's got like eye makeup around his mouth and like I don't
I
know.
think he's actually got like a birthmark or a you know when you get a bit overheated, sometimes the shades on your face can change because I've noticed it before. It doesn't go away even when I think a lot of photos they take of him they Photoshop it out. But whenever he plays, you do see like a either a birthmark or a rash comes on his face.
Mm. He might be offside. All right. Kyle Walker. Trent. switched it over to. Foden. England already on putting Denmark under some pressure. Denmark retreating very deep.
Mm.
Decent structure, I guess. Everyone's now comfortable.
Yeah.
A back five at the moment.
Oh, nice from Kyle.
Oh, Foden.
Lesson. Note to self. Do not pass Foden the ball. No, I'm joking.
This is what Foden can do. Like chop.
Yeah, that was sick.
Then in that little space there, it just
Is he left-footed then? But he just
yeah.
described it.
He's left footed. That's why I don't understand why we're playing him. This guy doesn't play on the left for Man City. He plays. He does what Saka's doing for Man City. He plays on the right hand side. He drops. He comes in off the left, and he smacks his balls into the top corners. Much better than Saka could ever do. I know what people say. Saka has to play right, but you've got two options. You got the guy who played on the right wing for Man City, and Man City won the Premier League, or the guy who plays right wing for Arsenal and Arsenal finished second. I don't care what anyone says to me. Foden's better on that side than Saka is. He is. Most Arsenal fans will disagree, but Foden's a better footballer than Saka, and he's better on that side. He is. So you either play Foden as number 10. Basically, you don't play Foden on the left. You don't play him there. There's no need for him to play there, especially when he doesn't even play there for his club, and Grealish plays there with Doku.
I don't understand what.
I thought you said Odegaard. Is that Odegaard there? I thought Odegaard was Swedish. He is Swedish.
Vestergaard.
Oh, I mean, all these guys are the same anyway.
I mean, Denmark and Sweden are very close together.
Yeah, they're all blondes, weird-looking blonde Targaryen inbreds.
Targaryen.
I don't want any Danish people watching this think I'm calling them inbreds.
What do Danish people call a Danish? I don't think they call it a Danish. When you go to buy one of those pasty, whatever they're called.
What do you think they call it then?
Probably whatever it is, like pastry. Then they call it a Danish pastry, so they probably just call it a pastry. I don't know. That's my guess. That guy knocked down Saka for no reason. He henched him to him, and that's why Saka was kind of like, what was the point? I was already out of play. I don't know. It looked a bit sus to me. I don't like that kind of.
I like Saka, I do. The problem I have with Saka is that he's just not extraordinary. He's not special at anything. I don't think. That's my only issue. It's like the way he's talked about, like he's out there just doing what Vinicius Junior is doing.
Not quite.
And he's not.
Not quite.
He's nowhere near that level. He's a very good kid. And what I like about him, I've always said, I like his IQ. I like his understanding of the game.
Yeah.
I like his understanding of knowing what to do in certain situations and when to pass. His footballing brain is what impresses me the most. His actual technical ability to execute certain things, I don't rate as highly as everyone else. What is he doing? Denmark just giving the ball away.
Yeah. Right on the edge of the box.
Good block from Denmark. Ooh. Like Foden can go left, Foden can go right. Like he just got more to his game, Phil.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of like the way Phil Foden plays in general and the way Saka plays in general. Phil Foden will do more randomly special things.
Yeah.
Like there will be like worldy goals out of nowhere or out.
Saka, I haven't seen Saka smash the ball into the top corner all season. Where I've seen Foden do it at least 5 times for Man City this season.
Which is
like,
I don't.
If you're doing it 4 or 5 times a season, it's not a one-off. it's you are that talent. You are talented.
Yeah. I don't mind having a player like Saka, and more than don't mind, who is just really good at most everything. But he
Oh
doesn't
my,
have.
what's them doing? Yeah, you have to score this now. What's Walker doing? Finish.
I mean, to be fair, if
That
Kane
is
didn't finish that,
bad defending from
yeah.
Denmark. Such bad defending.
Let's get the scoreline, guys.
This guy thought he had time. He didn't see Kyle Walker. No one shouted man on. No one was near him to shout man on. And Kyle Walker just nicked the ball from him. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Kyle Walker is very, very lucky.
Mm,
I have no faith. Kyle Walker kept running with the ball, running with it. And I'm thinking, when are you gonna cut it back, Kyle Walker? When are you gonna cut it back? And who are you gonna cut it back to? Because last time you were in this position, last game, you couldn't find your man. And to be honest, he's lucky to find his man because even this pullback, I'm like, who was this? Who was this pullback to? Who were you trying to aim for, Kyle Walker? Let's watch this again. All right, cool. You had to be Saka. Saka. Yeah, it was a deflection.
yeah,
That pullback from Kyle Walker deflected off a Danish player. So even this is lucky. He's lucky he fell to Kane. Like I don't like Kyle Walker. I'm just not impressed with Kyle Walker at all as a footballer. He's managed to have a great career. I give him that
yeah. Deflected there.
by his athleticism. He's just an athlete, Kyle Walker. But good goal. England fans will be happy. Puts everyone at rest, at ease. Kane's
Yeah,
also scored a goal now in the tournament. So
yeah,
it's gonna do him like a world of beauty, really, just to get one goal now under his belt. You want your striker to score.
yes.
So
I think what I find interesting, the more you watch football, at the end of the day, what will be reported after this match will be the 1-0 or the 2-0 or whatever it's going to end up
mhm.
being. But when you actually watched it with your eyes, I'm like, no, it wasn't that great a goal. It was a good. It
No,
was good
yeah.
that we got the goal
That's
out
the,
of that situation.
that's my issue. My issue is stats remove context.
Yes.
So we won't be talking about the fact that listen, this guy was lucky. The
Yeah.
crossing from the interception was
Mhm. Mhm.
very fortunate. Loss of lack of concentration from the Danish player,
Yeah.
and also when Kyle Walker crossed it, he wasn't gonna go anywhere. It hit a Danish player and it luckily landed. So all of these things all happened,
Yeah. It was
right?
very scrappy and like deflecting off of like 3 or 4 people all
But that's not
together.
gonna matter when it comes to the stats, right? It's
Mm.
Kane scored, so.
Yeah. He needs the stat anyway for himself.
Mm.
When when you watch games like this, I've noticed so far which it makes sense. Every country that's played, their flags are displayed all around the base of the stadium.
Mm.
And each area, like, oh, you've got High Wycombe, you've got, for England, you've got loads of different flags, like Jersey, wherever, Guernsey. This makes me think of, like, when we would go to war back, or, like, we watch a Game of Thrones, these big armies, like,
Mm.
we're so tied to this, like, national identity of, like, we're going to beat you, we're going to beat. But it's like,
I mean, this is an international tournament, though.
yeah, I know. It's just
So,
interesting to see it.
to be fair, but
Because, like, when you see club games, you'll see flags from all over the world. Everyone wants you to know that they support you from all over the world. And
yeah.
then it's just interesting to see it this way around because all the flags are the same. It's just all Danish flags and English flags. So it looks like a war. It looks like-
Oh, that challenge was mad.
hmm.
Was that offside? Let me guess. Poland was offside. Oh, just about offside.
Really?
Yeah, that's a tackle and a half.
That pitch looks terrible. What?
Yeah, however, that pitch is cutting up nicely.
Yeah. And it's only a quarter way through the game. I've noticed a lot of the pitches in these German stadiums, I don't know what's going on. They cut up real easy. I guess it was raining a lot.
Mm.
He's trying to do Bianca and Jay's thing, and he just went like that. And I was like, okay.
That's not Bianca Jade thing.
I know, I know.
Oh,
Norwich. It's England playing with the Norwich.
all right. Denmark. Ericsson got the ball. Nice pass by Ericsson. Oh, Ericsson's had to shoot.
Uh-oh. Didn't clear it well.
Mm.
Okay.
All right. Throw in. All right, Denmark. Let's see what you can do against this England team.
Pushing back.
Mm.
Christensen. I went out already.
Yeah, he's got an Odegaard haircut, Christensen.
Yeah.
But everyone has that haircut. That
Yeah.
little part,
Oh, yeah.
that Beckham part. So who was his two? His pass. He just literally kicked it, the
Yeah.
ball against. Well, I don't understand. I don't know why I'm focusing on it, but I have to because he's in that position, Kyle Walker, and he can see all the players. And his cutback literally hit the first defender who was a yard from him. Like, what were you trying to do, bro? Like, who were you trying to aim for? In this position, you don't need to just fire the ball as hard as you can, like across goal. You can actually pass the ball to somebody for them to score.
Yeah.
Like,
Which would be preferable.
he's so lucky that the ball fell to Kane.
Yeah, that goal was like chance was involved in that goal. 40% chance because it just
Yeah. Denmark are going to be putting a lot of crosses into the box, I believe.
wind.
Wind,
That's when you know.
rain.
Because they're not, English isn't even there.
These guys try to act like Native Americans and things. Wind, you know. Oh, Bellingham.
Oh yeah, Schmeichel, Peter Schmeichel son. That to me is just crazy
Mm.
that your son plays the same position as you, plays for the same actually world team as you. Schmeichel.
Oh, Caspar.
Yeah, there needs to be a conversation about footballing dads and their sons and like who has been like able to produce the most almost like replica in terms of they've got a good career, the same level of career or better even.
Mm.
I don't know. There are a few father son legacy players, but like Ian Wright, got
Oh,
his son, but his son never played at exactly the same
oh,
level.
oh. Denmark are turning the screw, you know.
Saka, what are you doing? Are you? I don't know.
That's good.
He didn't make it. He made a strange decision there. Uh
That's good. That's one thing Saka is good at. He's good at winning fouls.
yes.
I always say this. He's good at shielding the ball, man. The guy is left-footed, and he almost dribbles. He almost dribbles with the like dragging the ball.
Yeah.
Like it will always feel like when he dribbles, he's like dragging the ball with him,
Yeah.
like the ball being in front of him. And because of that, if you're gonna tackle him from the front, you're gonna foul him before you even get to the ball.
Yeah.
He's always gonna put his body between you
You
and the
and the ball.
ball,
Yeah.
always because of the way he dribbles. And that I like that about. It's very unorthodox, but yeah, he wins a lot of fouls. Saka.
No, that was way too.
Unlucky. Gay. He gay. He's gay. Gay he. Oh, come on, England. Come on, England. Oh my gosh. Lucky Denmark again. Nice. Oh, that touch, Ericsson, man.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Hoyland's very. Hoyland, if you want Hoyland to do something very quickly in a box, he's not that kind of striker. He doesn't have quick feet. He doesn't have good feet at all. He's very flat-footed. Yeah, he's not going to do anything cute or quick with his feet. That's why I can't do the Hoyland hype. Like, what was he doing? I can't do this Hoyland kid. I can't do it.
I think he wanted to try and do a back kick,
Oh,
but it's just
this is what I've been
you
watching.
didn't
This
look
is
behind
this is
you.
what I've had to be watch. I've had to watch all season with this Hoyland guy. Like, I know everyone loves this guy and his blonde hair because he looks like some Viking, but I don't care about these things. I care about what he's like as a footballer. I'm a football purist. I like footballers, really good footballers. That's what I like, and he's not one of them.
Hmm.
He simply isn't one of them. For me, most of the modern day strikers, like him and let's say Haaland, he can only strike the ball. You can't really do anything else. They're not good passers of the ball. They don't hold the ball up. They're not good dribblers. They're not gonna do us. They're not gonna do much other than shoot. They're not good footballers because football is not just about striking the ball. It isn't. No matter what anyone says to you, football is like defending, it's running, it's dribbling, it's passing, it's all of these things. And some footballers are really good at it, like a Messi or a Neymar. Some footballers can do everything, and some footballers can just do one thing, and that's it. And some of these footballers who can just do one thing,
Mm.
they get called some of the best footballers in the world when all they can do is one thing.
He's doing that thing again.
Yeah, bro.
That's not a foul this time.
And this is what Saka can't do. Saka can't go up against two people like that. I mean, most wingers can't either. I'm not. It's not a dig at Saka. It's that to beat two defenders like that, you got to be like a Vinicius or an Mbappe.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, even Sancho couldn't. Like Sancho doesn't have the pace that's needed to beat two defenders like that. Sancho's he's got very quick feet, very skillful, very. But Sancho doesn't have that burst of pace. If he had, it will be a wrap. Gareth Bale would have done it. Gareth Bale would have skinned those two people alive.
Oh.
Oh, wow, this pitch.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand it. Look at it.
That's why I've said some of these pictures look like Sunday League pictures. Like,
Wow. Look at all that.
yeah.
Wow. And no pitch should be doing it.
It's the fact not only is it coming up, but it's breaking into little pieces. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wonder, it must feel weird to run on. It's all bumpy and numpy.
Hmm?
Huh?
Pardon me. Christensen, didn't he play for Chelsea? I'm not quite sure who he plays for now, but yeah, he played for Chelsea before. I'm pretty sure. Football's an interesting thing because what Kyle Walker's doing in the media and with his wife and some of the stuff, it's probably worse than not what Mason Greenwood did to his girl, but worse than some of the stuff that other England people have done during England camps. But no one's talking. No one talks about Kyle Walker.
Yeah. City's backup goalkeeper. I'm joking. That one time he had to go in goal and he actually saved a goal. So what do you think of Phil Foden's game so far then?
Oh,
You were saying that you don't think he should really be playing what Saka's playing.
yeah.
What do you think of him so far? How's he?
I mean, he's done okay. The thing is, people are really trying to compare Saka performing in his actual position against Phil Foden playing out of position
Yeah.
and be like, oh, is that Saka? Then I'm like, bro. Oi! What a goal! What a strike! Wow. Techers. Wow.
Well,
Wow. Denmark are just opposite of England. They red kit. Both are
yeah.
red and white. One prefers to playing red. The other, as you can imagine, England want to be white.
Yeah.
What a finish. Bottom. Listen, I thought it was gonna hit the post and come back out.
Next Jordan Pickford's like, huh?
Wow. Okay.
Huh?
Just like I can say, listen, the first goal was very fluky for England. This goal was out of nowhere. Like, come on. Control, slap.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah.
oi, slap.
It just goes too
What
far.
a finish. No, goalkeeper, relax yourself. You ain't doing nothing about that one. Oh,
Yeah, it was a great strike. Whew.
yeah, guys. Yeah. These blondes, they're coming.
The Targaryens are here to stay.
All right, Denmark. Come on, Denmark. Come on, Dem. Support England. I support Denmark. Yeah.
Don't mind supporting. I just want to see good football. So
Yeah, you're England fan today. I can take I can take Denmark's position.
okay.
No, I'm joking.
I want
I'm a neutral.
interesting
I'm
football.
a neutral because I am in England. I live in England. You can call me English. Some people wouldn't call me English, but technically speaking, if I was playing football or if I wanted to play football, I would play for England. But because of the racismo,
Mm,
and like I said, I always say this in every stream, I have a love-hate relationship with the England football team.
same.
So I want them to. I do want these players to do well, but at the same time, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't think England deserve nice things.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why they haven't won an international tournament since 1966.
Yeah.
It's
What?
because other countries are better at football.
Yes.
Even though we keep talking about how the Premier League's the best league and how other countries are better at football, and the way that we see football as some sort of pace and power thing, pace and power is all about. Oh, you can't play in the Premier League. You ain't got you're not fast enough. You're not strong enough. Yeah, it also means that if you focus on pace and power, you are neglecting technicality. So when it does come to Champions Leagues, when it comes to World Cups, you get to see other countries who don't might not have loads of pace and power, but definitely have the technical ability and the tactical nous to
Yeah.
beat England all the time.
Yeah.
And it's all to do with how you see football, how the British people, the English people, have been brainwashed to believe that football should be played a certain way. And Spain, Brazil, and all these other countries say, hold my beer, That's not how you play football. You don't cross the ball and header it and all. Football is a thinking man's game. It's about technical ability.
Yeah.
But if, for some reason in this country, the technical players like the Grealishes or whatever are disrespected, and some
Yeah.
of the players that are not technical but have loads of pace and loads of power, they are worshipped. It's the way that the English see football and the
Yeah.
kind of footballers that they value
Yes.
has an impact. It has an
Yeah.
effect.
And the media, the way
Yeah, yeah,
they'll pick,
perpetuates it.
they pick a darling like Jude Bellingham.
Yeah,
They pick a scapegoat like for a long time, keep using
yeah, yeah,
picture, and that's
and that destroys the confidence. That does so much damage. The media biases and all these things in this country. It's just crazy. So that's why I'm like, I'm in England. I want England to do well in general, but at the same time, I don't think England deserve nice things.
no,
I
not.
don't.
I was, I said it as a joke initially, but I do. Some part of me does believe this. Until England really takes accountability, as in, I mean, the country, because I know people don't like to mix sport and politics, but it's mixed. The only reason why we have football is because the way the country's set up and politics. It was created as a distraction for the masses. So it's you better know about the political aspects of football. And until England takes accountability for all the bad things they do to people in the world, and they have done,
They'll never win an international football tournament.
not just that, but like
Yeah,
good things should not happen. I don't mean evil,
we're,
negative
we're, we're,
things.
we're justice we're justice
Yeah,
orientated.
and it doesn't take.
Good things happen to England all the time, though. Even though,
Yeah, yeah, of course they do.
but yeah, I'm kind of with you, man. At the end of the day, like England could have easily won the Euros
Yeah,
if they had a better manager. There's no reason for them to be losing against Italy. That Italian team wasn't good. Like it wasn't that good. And a better, what is that? Any better manager with those England players would have beaten that Italian team. I promise you.
and that's the problem. Part of the issue is that
It's like they're also willing to keep so many mediocre things in
yes,
place because of what it looks like and
yeah.
how it makes them feel. Like Southgate is one of the worst managers I've seen manage. He's probably the worst England manager in history, in my opinion. He is. Some people disagree because he makes them feel good,
There's a lot of people that
or
agree with you though.
he picks the youngsters and all the feelings. But based on what I can see and how the football that I see him play with this England team, he just doesn't. He's not good. But he's been kept for what 10 years.
It's the rhetoric and the, I guess, whatever the belief system is that they want us to buy into when it comes the way the media talks about football. The mainstream media I'm talking about, not
Oh, hey, Phil.
there we go.
Nice.
Now we see some little sparkly things from Phil.
Shut up, Kane, man. I'm glad Flipping Foden's went for a shot because I'm like, Harry Kane, the position that you finally ended up in, all the way forward there, it should have been the position that you started in. You're just there blocking Phil Foden from being in that number 10 position. Harry Kane is, as much as we England need him, he's also a problem, Harry Kane.
Hmm.
The way he's playing football, he plays football now. The way he's been playing over the last 4 years, and the way he's got slower and slower, and he's dropping deeper and deeper. It's like, bro, I don't need you to be doing it. I really don't. Just got a little glimpse of what Foden can do when he drives down the middle.
Didn't even go out, Jude.
Oh, come on, Denmark. You had the ball. You won the ball back. Just find a red shirt.
Who's number
That's
five?
nice. Back to oh, unlucky.
through not holding his own the majority of the time. He's actually going to come back on his right foot. Whereas it'd be a lot easier and a lot quicker for the England.
Oh, so let's see this shot again. Nice. Do I like about that? I prefer those shots sometimes than the ones that go into the top corner. Because I feel like those shots have more control on them. Like you're proper aiming for the bottom corner. That's what you're aiming for. When a lot of shots hit the top corner, what you're doing, you're just aiming for the corner and you just manage to rise. Like if you're shooting from that range and it's going low, hard into the bottom corner, to me, that's a lot more deliberate. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So clean. He didn't bounce as well. He didn't. Oh, that's not good. Oh, given away by full Foden. Run off him. Good. Oh, you should have given it back to him.
Yeah, that guy was there. He was like, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
He wanted it as well. He wanted the ball.
No, get up, Kane. That's not a foul. 43 minutes gone. Denmark have worked their way back into this game very well.
Yeah.
England right now, as we can speak, as we are speaking, England are not. Oi, yeah. England are not really pressing Denmark. Denmark, when they attack, their fullbacks are literally on the halfway line, similar to when England attacked, to be honest. But I think their fullbacks are a bit deeper. Their back line's slightly a bit deeper when they attack. Almost gone.
I was gonna say, just in this moment now, it feels like the momentum's shifting and Denmark could get a second goal.
Yeah,
England
for sure.
will be on the back foot.
For sure.
This is what England does, though, and that's why I said until you can't take accountability. Like it has to be at every level. It can't just be like, oh, I'll be accountable just for playing a bit of football, but not.
Wow. Declan Rice is doing. Is he trying to do step overs and stuff on the edge of the box? Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, he should not be doing that.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
We don't even want him to do that at Arsenal. We just want him.
Since Denmark scored, you're funny. Since Denmark scored, they seem a lot more aggressive now in their tackles. They're winning. I wouldn't be surprised if they won more 50-50 duels in England.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Denmark actually like each other as well. I don't know. That sounds so dumb, but like the England team is just a bunch of players from teams put together, rather than
every team is like that. Every international team is technically a bunch of players from. But I hear what you're saying though, in terms of
I guess
maybe the Danish team like each other. I don't know.
they've got more. Um,
Because
they've been together
they
longer. A lot of them.
They don't. Yeah, maybe, and they don't play for like rival clubs.
No, exactly.
Whereas you got Arsenal and Man City guys who come together.
Yeah. And that's another thing. All those
guys and stuff. Where a lot of these Danish players probably play for not teams in Denmark, but teams outside Denmark.
Yeah. That's again why I think another reason why England will always struggle to win a big major tournament, because you have the most conflicting like fan bases and media. This is what's so paradoxical about England media. When it comes to England, they want everyone to band together, but every minute of every day, you're trying to separate us all and tell us which team is better, and this pit players against each other, and you're never gonna get that.
That's the nature of the thing, though. Tribes. There you go.
There you go. Time. And there wasn't even that much added time. Which
no added time at all.
No, I don't even see it.
Finished. I mean, a draw isn't the worst result for England, but they definitely before this match started, they probably thought, yeah,
they thought they were winning it. 100.
Win this one.
It's an hour ahead in Germany, so it's 6:48.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Now that we've watched 45 minutes now. England didn't create any clear chances. The goal they scored, like I said, even though Kyle Walker was in a good position, it was a mistake. It was a mistake, and even the pullback by Kyle Walker, it was rubbish. It wasn't that good, and he just miraculously, fortunately, fell to Kane. I have not been impressed. I wasn't impressed with England in the first match altogether, and in this match, apart from the goal that they scored, like I said, which was lucky, they haven't really done much. And Denmark has been in the game just as much as England have. If you could argue more, you can argue they seem more of a threat. Not
Yeah.
because they have better players, not because Hoyland's that good, but because they just look like they could trouble England, especially with the aggression. They're not scared to just go shoulder to shoulder, and maybe where they might not be technically better than England, they'll muscle England defenders off the ball. You know, they're there for a battle, and also some of the little touches, some of the one-touch football in and around England's box by Denmark in the first half was actually quite good. Ericsson being being an orchestrator of a lot of those sort of like one-touch moves, and he's, you know, kind of finding that space between the back line and the midfield line. I always say that low block, but if you can find space between the midfield line and the back line as a number 10, yeah, you're going to cause problems. And Ericsson's once or twice has found a bit of space. You know, but it is what it is, guys. Like I said, England, this is not a good first half. But it's difficult because I think there is a team, a really good England team out there for Southgate to pick if he had any sense. It's like I'm basing the fact that England can go far on the fact that they have a decent squad. And if they don't go far, it's because of Southgate. Southgate, like England are like a 8 out of 10 team, and with Southgate, they're a 6 out of 10.
Hmm.
Like if they win anything, it's despite the fact that Southgate is trying to bring them down by doing the stupidest things. You know,
In spite of his management,
in
they
spite,
are winning some things.
yeah, they reached the final of the Euros last time, despite all the fact that he's not good, because the players alone, well, not the players alone. Let me be precise. Raheem Sterling dragged England to that final.
Yeah, that was true.
So,
That I remember that.
and now we're playing the flipping international tournament with nobody with speed on the wings. Nobody with speed on the wings. No Raheem Sterling to run beyond the players. No Rashford. No sort of like little joker or ace up the sleeve. There you go. Even Gary Lineker's like Harry doesn't press. He's hardly ever moved. It's time to start having these nuanced discussions. Like when someone's, in front of goal, they're a good striker. He's a good finisher. Still the best finisher. Still the best this, best that, whatever you want to call it. But also at the same time, defensively, he's not that good. He doesn't press. Like we need to have this conversation. Like with Bruno Fernandes from Man United. When he doesn't have the ball, he's a liability.
Bruno.
When he has the ball, he's still a liability because he gives it away a lot. However, every now and again, he will come up with a really good assist, a really good cross. Like, these are sort of players that you got to decide whether they're a net positive altogether or a net negative. Does do the positive outweigh the negatives?
Hmm.
Those are the sort of decisions you need to decide on as a manager or as a coach. But see, that Saka's been brilliant again. I don't think Saka's been brilliant. Nobody's been brilliant. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. It's just weird. He comes alive. The ball just fell to him. He was just standing there. The ball fell to him, and he just kicked it.
I would expect a striker of his
Yeah,
caliber
to
to
score
score
that.
from that
Let's
any
not.
time the ball was past him in a rondo from that
Yeah,
position. Any
it's like, oh my
time.
God, what he did was amazing. He came alive, isn't it? Listen, he didn't. He come alive. The ball fell to him, and he siphoned it into the net. It's very easy goal to score. Let's not do that, guys.
You know, one of the problems with these pundits.
They sensationalize the debate that these things are when they see excellence, when like Neymar does something crazy or something, it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
They don't lord over it, but him scoring that scrappy goal, it's like, wow, is that Harry Kane did that, didn't he? Smack. I'm glad that happened. I I thought that was someone else. I didn't even know that
Oh
was
yeah,
Harry
Harry
Kane.
Kane passed the ball.
This is the reason why I'm glad that happened. Because you know I've been saying all along, what's Harry Kane doing dropping deep like he's a midfielder? The reason why that happened is because this guy thought he was a midfielder. He dropped deep, and I don't know what he tried to do, but it looks like he tried to send some 40-yard pass all the way to maybe Saka. It didn't go. It didn't come off, and he passed it straight to him. You're not that guy, Harry Kane. You're a striker. What the hell are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to drop deep, occupying Bellingham's position, occupying Phil Foden's position. Like, stay up front and be that soundboard for him to bounce the ball off. Be that guy that holds the ball up, bounces off Foden, bounces off Saka, bounces off Bellingham. Don't drop deep and occupy the positions that they want to occupy. Because they can dribble, they can move with the ball.
Yeah.
Look at Foden in this,
Yeah,
moment here.
Foden, 100%.
That's where Kane would have been. And then Hero Ferdinand is going to be saying that's where he should be in the set. Now, listen, everybody wants to be in it. Both Kane, Bellingham, and Foden want to play in the center, in that number 10 role. All three of those players. So, and as a manager, you can see that. You can actually see as a manager what is going on. Let's see what Orhan is saying. Any more comments? I was going to say Danish bacon for breakfast. Then they scored.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, this is a nicely poised game actually.
Yeah.
In terms of how the game is poised, and in terms of me looking forward to the second half, I'm definitely more looking forward to this second half than I was the first game, the first
Yeah.
England game, for obvious reasons. So, yeah, so far, not a great England performance, but a very interesting game to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, we're gonna have a little break, guys.
Yes, we'll
Go
be
to the
right
toilet,
back.
take a leak, but we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Be
Stay
back.
tuned.
Be right back.
He's one of the managers that we're looking at. Is that Thomas Frank?
Yeah. I always like when the managers are there.
Thomas Frank.
They talk sense.
And we are back and on crack. Back and on crack. What is going to be the final score of this game? What's going to be the final score of this game?
2-1 to Denmark.
2-1 to Denmark. Oh, you think Denmark's going to win?
Yeah, I think with the bit of momentum they've got, I think they could. But odds are that England's supposed to get the 2-1, right?
Yeah. This
But
England team is not balanced, man. There's something wrong with it.
that's what.
I mean, I know what's wrong with it. I've said what's wrong with it. One thing is every team have the ability to counter-attack, right? Every team have players that can stretch the other team. This England team doesn't have that at all. Saka's not really that guy. Not really. He probably can do it. He's probably the only one in the front line that can do it. Kane is slow as hell, and he's when he runs, he looks like he's got like sacks of sand attached to his feet. Like he's literally. And Foden, he's very skillful, technical, but he's not a speed. He's not a speed guy. He's not a speed dribbler. So yeah, Alexander Arnold is not. He should not be there in that position. He should not be in that position, centre mid or DM, picking the ball up. It's just so above his talent and understanding of football. Like I start understand how Alexander Arnold is playing centre mid practically in an international tournament for England. It just beggars belief that this is happening. What happened there? Start recording.
I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, it's not on.
Yeah, it made that ding ding noise. I wonder what that was about. It didn't disconnect or anything, so it's fine.
Looks like we're still here. All
Yeah.
right, England on the counter. See, where's Harry Kane in this counter attack? Let's try to find him. There he
There
is,
he is.
right there. It's just not good enough.
And literally, I don't know who passed him the ball, if it was Walker. He waited for Kane to get nearer before he.
Yeah, and look,
he
he's just walking. Kane's a problem.
Does Kane want to play for England?
Kane's a problem. Because I do understand when strikers wanna. I haven't had the ball for a long time. They want to drop deep to get on the ball. I get that, but you've actually scored, so you shouldn't like be like, oh, I ain't had the ball for a long time. And you just go search. You've scored. Just relax. I ran into. Oh no, Bellingham. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. If you're not actually injured, bro, you kind of need to get up.
Yeah.
I think Bellingham. That's one of the other problems I have. Like he's 19 years old, but he's got like the most privileged attitude like in the world. He acts like he's done everything in the game already. Like it's weird to me.
I think with just the way human behavior is, the way we all are, even if you're the most kindest, heartest, humblest, spirited person, if everybody, most people that ever meet you, like big you up, uplift you, tell you the most amazing thing, the media rhetoric,
Yeah.
it will
It's a
affect
lot.
how you see yourself. And without good grounding from family, who'll be like,
Even
well, nah.
the whole Real Madrid thing. Like Real Madrid is like he's not even. Wow, that's what I'm trying to say. Trent is not good. He's running through,
Ooh,
and that's the pass he gives to Foden. What a terrible
yeah,
pass!
that was weird as weird.
Almost 4 against 4, and that's the pass he gives to Foden. Oh my gosh! Just any midfield player better than him. Oh,
Yeah, interesting as well. Jude is an interesting one because he was just pointing because he wanted the ball to be passed to him. The ball was not passed to him, and then he threw his hands in the air when the ball. Who did it go to?
no, I'm going to Trippier or somebody.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I don't know, like most footballers don't point and be like, point, pass it to me here.
oh, that deflected twice. That could have been an interesting one for the goalkeeper.
One foot, sorry. Mm-mm. I would like to see England lose. Now I've decided. Just this one game. To get a little pep in your step. To be like, oh,
Yeah, the fact that there's no press for England when Denmark have the ball. There's no press really. And look, even now England and this is the problem. This is the problem, right? Denmark feel now, yeah, that they don't even need to go into a low block when England have the ball. Oof, well done, Saka. But yeah, like I said, Saka's the only one that
he's
can
actually
run in
good. Yeah.
behind. I was gonna say the reason why Denmark now can press up and have a more middle block rather than a low block is because they're feeling encouraged that there's no one that's gonna run behind us. We can leave a massive space in behind, squeeze the pitch
Yeah. Oh, got it knocked out by his own goalkeeper.
because they're not offering any threat in behind. Imagine putting on Ollie Watkins.
Yeah. The more I watch Kane now, the more I realise he shouldn't.
Listen, there's a way to play with Kane on the pitch. And if Kane is going to do the anti-Martial, if Kane is going to do that Firmino role where he drops deep, he has to play just with wide players who are going to run beyond him
Mhm.
to offer that threat. That's the way you play with him. The way he plays for Bayern Munich with, Musiala's and Asane's running beyond him.
Looks like we're gonna bring Gallagher on. Can see him standing on the side. Wonder who he's gonna be brought on for. Oh, that Trent.
Trent, good. That makes
I would
sense.
have made. I would have done that.
Trent can't play another
He looks
game.
lost in that.
Trent can't play another game for England in that position. He just simply can't. Like you cannot keep doing this, Trent. It's not. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not Trent's fault. It's the manager who's picking him. But
Yeah.
it's a shame that the alternative is Gallagher. But Gallagher's better than Trent, so it is what it is. England are void of central midfielders. Gallagher is got into this squad and he's now playing. And I'm not saying Gallagher's bad, but compare the central midfielders they had, like to the point, like I said, Scholes had to play left wing in some tournaments because Lampard and Gerrard were around. And now we can't find nobody to play centre mid. Declan Rice, who's for me, an average baller. And now what next to Conor Gallagher? Like, come on, man. Come on.
You know what? They should just
The,
brought Mason Mount as well.
it's
Let's
so.
go all in that way. Let's just bring all of the.
If anything, do you know what? There's not a lot of when it comes to. There's not what's actually happened. This is what's happened. I've clocked it. Any central midfielder
Mm,
that has a bit of attack in him, whether it's a Paul Scholes or now a Bellingham, they've been moved to the number 10 position.
mm.
Like people like Lampard, even though Lampard played high, Lampard is a midfielder, he's a box to box midfielder. Scholes is a midfielder.
Yeah.
But
So
if Scholes was playing football now,
wow.
oh, hit the post, Foden, unlucky. If Scholes was playing football right now, I reckon they would try to make this guy play number 10,
Yeah,
like
that's
a
a
De
good point,
Bruyne,
you know.
like a Bruno. Those sort of box to box midfielders or midfielders that can attack. They're now number 10s, and the ones that don't attack, I don't know, the Declan Rices or the Camavingas of this world, or those ones, they're now seen as the box to box midfielders.
That's interesting. How
It's
it's
all DM.
morphed.
It's no, yeah, not all the time, but I'm just looking at the England team. I'm like, do you know what? You can argue Bellingham's not number 10. He's a box to box. You can even argue Phil Foden could easily be in some systems. You can easily play in that midfield too. as well. But because they're attack minded, you have midfielders like Bellingham playing number 10. You've got midfielders like Foden. You could argue this is also number 10, but you're playing him out wide. That's a good shot from Foden.
Mm.
And this is what I'm trying to say. Foden, I understand where that shot was, what position he was in. He was in his usual position for Matt. He was in that left channel when he took that shot, right? I guarantee if you play Foden there, I'm not saying. And the thing is, the problem is, when I say this, it makes you sound like I'm saying Saka is having a bad game. I'm not. I'm not saying if you've got two people, yeah, two players, you get a 7 out of 10 from Saka playing that position, which is good, nice, solid 7 out of 10, and you get a 6 out of 10 from Foden playing left wing, or you can play Foden in his actual position on the right that he played for Man City and get an 8 out of 10 from him. Play someone else on the left that you might get a 7 out of 10 from, and all of a sudden you got a better balanced team. Or drop Foden and play someone else on the left. Oof, very, very close. Very, very close.
Yeah. I think it's either going to be whoever scores next wins, or it'll end up 2-2.
Look where Kane is. It's a good ball to Saka though, but he shouldn't be there. And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Saka pass the ball now. Pass it to someone.
Oh, it's not good, Saka. Yeah. This is Saka. This is where Saka's not. It's not a problem, but it's lack of pace and electricity. He couldn't do anything with the ball really when he had those two players. He needed help. He needed support, and he just didn't get it. Yeah, but you know what it is? I hear what Alan Shearer is saying, but it's like, why should the other player subsidize this guy, Harry Kane? Why don't Harry Kane just be good enough, and if he's not good enough, just not pick him?
Hmm.
Why is it? Oh, let's just pay someone besides someone else to so he can be better. All right, Saka's up in the level a little
Oh,
bit now. This is what I don't like about Hoyland. Or that.
yeah, that was poor. Was that
Yeah,
John Stones
it's
or
Kyle Walker.
Walker?
Kyle Walker's not. I've always said this to people. Listen, he's lucky to have the career he's had. Kyle Walker playing for Man City. Because if he was playing for any other team, he would look very, very average. He'll still be quick, but he'll be very, very average.
That was weird.
So that's gonna do. Oh my gosh. That is so bad, Ericsson. You couldn't even beat the first man. Oh, the first man that you can see with your eyes to lift the ball over, you just couldn't do it. The first obstacle, and the one and only obstacle. Oh, Gallagher being booked. It looked like he found Gallagher. It looked like he stepped on Gallagher's foot.
That's why Gallagher said, "What was that for?" Some mouth to the ref.
Denmark won. Denmark drew the first game, did they? Can't remember. I think they were showing us the league
That's a
table. What's the table looking like? Let's click it. Yeah, table. Yeah, so that's just how it currently stands. They'll have 2 points, which is 2 draws,
Hmm.
which means Slovenia and Serbia drew as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which means what? Denmark, Serbia, Slovenia, England. The last game. Yeah.
Yeah. Slovenia, England is the last game next Tuesday. 25th.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the easiest group. Unlucky Ericsson. Keep it down, Ericsson. $63 on the clock.
Yeah. The Spain-Italy game should be interesting there
Mm,
because they both won both of their opening games. So,
that should be a decent game, isn't it? Yeah, that's what Kane needs to do. Soon as he drops deep, lays the ball off, and that's what he does. Just jog back.
who was that? They were doing okay until they
Bellingham.
was Bellingham. Okay. He stays down a lot as well when he goes down, but not like in a way like come to me, just like
I'm glad the referee's kind of letting the game go because I don't think that was a foul anyway. It's not good enough, Saka.
Ooh, Donald Sutherland died. Little notification came up.
I know.
The actor. He created a carbon copy of himself in his son.
Yeah, it's like this side of his mouth,
Yeah,
dude. Of his face looks
the
like
birthmark.
he got punched in his face. Got punched in your mouth, Jude. Oh, wow. Is that what England are doing? Conceding corners like that. Under pressure. That's what I'm saying. The difference is when Denmark have the ball, there's nobody putting pressure on the Denmark back four when they're trying to play out from the back. But when England have the ball, trying to play out from the back, what's Denmark doing? Denmark applying pressure. Applying that pressure. Applying that press.
They are.
Forcing England to make mistakes. This is different. Hoyland's gone off.
Okay, yeah. It's the not a birthmark, it's melasma. So like I have that like a little area that when the sun goes on it, it gets darker. Hyperpigmentation basically. You can't really if someone in your family has it and you have it, you have it. I think he's got some on his forehead as well. But it just gets worse when you sweat and when you get hot, it looks more prominent.
Melasma.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, we're 3/4 of the way through the game, people. Halfway through the second half. 22 minutes. We've got 45 minutes, so we've got 23 minutes to go. At this point, I would say I'd be thinking either team could score next, but mm,
mm. Oh, no, that wasn't good enough.
no.
And that was unnecessary as well. That ball, that he didn't even need to play that pass. Oh, all right.
SA.
So
Hey, Watkins,
we've
finally.
got 11. We've got three changes.
Woman. Oh,
Got Foden coming off.
that's what you said earlier. If you're not gonna play him in the position that he's best in, just take him off and let someone else come on.
So you're gonna have Eze, Watkins. So you got okay, Bowen, Harry Kane coming off for Watkins,
And Saka.
and Saka's off for Heze.
Okay.
So Heze gonna be playing on the wing. So he's got number 10 in Heze, and he's gonna play him in the wing. He's not learned. He's not learned his lesson, Southgate. So I'm thinking, who's playing on the right then for Saka? Heze. So all he's done is switch rather than having number 10 on the left and a winger on the right. He's got now got a winger on the left and probably a number 10 on the right. If let's see, no, Heze's playing down the middle. So who's
This one, he's proper experimentation
yeah? Let me see what's going on because
mode.
I'm confused. No, Bowen's playing down the right.
There's
Yeah,
Eze's
Heze's
moving into
moving
the
to the
middle
left.
or left.
Moving to the left, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's on
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So he's gonna be playing more left. This guy just wants to complicate. Like it's not deep. This Southgate guy. This is why I'm saying England don't deserve nice things, man.
He's swapping everyone's positions over. It's like, right, you're the goalkeeper, but I want you to play as a 10. You're a left back, but I want you to get in goal. Like, no, that's
Yeah, Heze's playing on the left.
okay. So Denmark have had more goal shots on target, 5 out of 12. England's had 3 out of 10. Yeah, so Denmark's almost at a 50%.
Denmark needs to. Both teams need to stop doing this passing the ball like across the back four and getting it intercepted like thing. They keep doing that thing. Both teams are getting their passes across the back four intercepted. Oh, what a ball by Bellingham.
Eesh.
We ain't seen that all game.
Mm-hmm.
This. When's the last time you saw Harry Kane peel off like that, stretch the fullbacks? They're playing against a different player now. Harry Kane didn't do that all game, and this one time Ollie Watkins done it. I bet now they're gonna be rethinking. Those defenders are gonna have to recalibrate some shit now.
You know
You
that
have to change the way you look at the game because you've got a different striker now to handle.
that's interesting to me. That Jude Bellingham put his hand on thingy and was like, "Well done, son." I'm like, "You're 19." It's like you're not the like captain, but maybe that's what they need. They need everyone to be happy for each other.
I thought that could have been a break there from by Denmark, but England did really well to get back. To be fair,
Pass it down there, yeah. Now pass it down there.
be
Yeah,
brave,
he should have taken that chance.
be brave, and get
Yeah.
through that gap. Some people, that players just don't want to do it. They might get intercepted. Some players are just pessimists.
Trust
Oh,
goalkeeper.
nice.
Oof. I wouldn't have taken the shot like that, but yeah, that was a
I don't know
pity.
if I need to book him for that. It's a foul, but yellow card, just relax, man. But it is what it is. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Come on, man. That ball bounced like 5 times before he got to the goalkeeper. Let's catch the ball, Pickford.
Hoiberg.
And even that, he could have chested it down, that defender.
Oh,
Oh, there you go, man. Watkins is causing problems already with his speed and his dynamism. There you go. Ollie Watkins is doing, he's moving a lot more, being a handful, like I said he would be. I'd rather play a Tony at this rate than Harry Kane. If this is how Gareth Southgate is in a setup. This setup doesn't work for Harry Kane. It doesn't bring out the best in him. You did this yourself, mate. You know the ones where I'm like, I still can't believe that this guy actually thought, in order to win a game, he'd rather bring Heze off, yeah, or bring Heze on, should I say, to win him a game, than Grealish. This guy actually thought, yeah, do you know what? In these moments, rather than bring on a Jack Grealish on the left who can stretch the teams, in these moments he'd rather bring the inexperienced Heze instead, because the inexperienced Heze can offer him a lot more than Jack Grealish. He actually thought that. And then not only Heze, Kobe Manu too. Let's take him too.
True.
Like he actually thought that. Multi Champions League winner, treble winner, that Jack Grealish. No, he doesn't deserve nice things. Vestergaard. Hmm? I'm not gonna lie, yeah, he was behind Bowen, and all he did was kick Bowen's foot, and Bowen just continued, and then it's a free kick to Denmark. I love the way some of these people win fouls, man. Don't shoot. No, it was Hoybier. I don't trust it. What's Hoybier doing? Shooting.
Hmm? Lost it.
Yeah, it's getting a bit more frantic now. 15 minutes, 76 minutes on the clock. You can see both teams are starting to play these sort of desperate balls, these desperate passes that won't ever that should never be made, but they're trying to make them out of desperation because they just want to score.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Gay said, "Relax, man."
Mm.
He span, and then he span.
Yeah, it's not a foul. Trying to win this foul.
Win the foul, draw
Win
the
the
foul,
right the foul.
call the foul, text the foul. I'm joking. Right.
Eat the foul.
You can actually eat the foul. You can if the foul was a bird. Foul.
Exactly.
Exactly. See, that's why you said it. Because you knew.
Oh,
Is there a player who plays for Denmark who I saw come on earlier? Is his name Yummy? Or have I miss I need to Google that.
why? Why does it matter in this game that you're trying to analyze? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter at all.
David Yami.
Yummy, okay.
Yeah, bro. That pass was such a terribly weighted pass by Heze. Like, come on, Heze, bro. Look at that. Saving it and pushing it out to the side. Like a goalkeeper should. Rather than trying to push it out towards the centre.
Hmm. Almost getting to the last 10 minutes, so
Yeah, Heze's lucky there. It's not playing for Crystal Palace. I like Heze, by the way. I do like him. I think if we're bringing him instead of someone like Jack Grealish, it's a mistake. Very, very bad mistake. Oh, stuff like that. I'm like, bro, the guy was right in front of you. Just give it back to him. Why you gotta make him run? Like,
yeah.
why you gotta make him run and work so hard? Wow, that is terrible. The ball didn't even need to come off the air. I mean, come off the floor. You could just pass the ball on the floor back to him. Why do you need to kick up in the air over his head? These professional footballers can be so frustrating to watch. Mm. All right, England throw. 81 minutes on the clock, guys.
Time for the emotional support pillow.
Emergency support pillow. Norgard. Vestergaard.
And there's another guard.
Olsen.
There was another guard on there as well. What's his name?
All right.
Darsgaard or something like that. Dansgaard got put on.
Oof.
Saka's face when he scored, he's like, what?
Oof. Huh?
That guy biting his friend's arm. He's like, what? Oh wow, is this really going to be England's first draw?
I mean, it's only been 2 games, but
True. I've watched so much games. I'm like, right, England's gonna. It's because there haven't been that many draws at all in the games so far. Any of them? It's been only a couple.
everyone's understood this. Oh my gosh, everyone's understood the assignment.
They're all
Here we
in.
go.
Cross it in.
How long does he need?
He needed.
How long did he
Oh.
need? I knew it. As soon as he had the ball at his feet, yeah, and I saw him run, I was like, oh my gosh, this. That's why I didn't get excited. I was like, look up, look up
He
again.
should have already.
Like, what are you doing?
Gay did well.
Oh,
Stuck his leg out. Did what he needed to do.
7 minutes left on the clock. 1-0 England. Oh my gosh, you gotta score that.
He skied it.
You gotta score that.
Wow.
Another opportunity. You just have to score. You have to bury that. Let's see that again. Christensen. Let's see him. No, you gotta score that, mate. You gotta score that, mate. You're right. You're open. He's shot and he just kicked it right up into the technique,
Wow.
technical ability. Oh my gosh, England and us not. England aren't. Yeah, they're not serious. Oh,
Oof. Denmark.
another shot by Højbjerg. Yeah, look at this guy. This guy can't be Man United. Look at this guy. His buck tooth, ugly brother, man, who doesn't know about football. I can't do Southgate. I can't do this guy. This guy is like, this guy makes me want to fight him. Literally, when I look at Southgate, I want to fight him. I'm like this. This guy's irritating face. I don't care what nobody says. He does. The way he speaks and it just see such a mediocre human. You know, this guy just missed the most important penalty in Euro '96, and that's elevated him to being the England manager, bro.
This is what I'm saying. This is what we were talking about
You've
earlier.
fallen. What do you call it? Fall upwards. Fell upwards.
A certain hue of man, the envelopians, as they should be referred to, somehow can fail upwards, and it happens in so many industries, in politics,
Fail upwards.
in
Just have it.
sports,
As
in
long as you're
entertainment.
brethren with certain people and certain things don't go your way, just call your brethren and you be like, what you got for me?
Mm-hmm.
And you be like, I've got another job for you, doing this or doing that. Fail upwards.
Like, I think Frank Lampard at Chelsea is a brilliant
Example
example
of
of.
failing upwards. Yeah, yeah.
I cannot understand. It's the same thing with first of all, Man United did it with Ollie, and they gave him the perm job when he had that little honeymoon
Yeah,
period.
I mean, Twist Ollie was different. I mean, Ollie shouldn't have been given a job in the first place.
That's
but
what I mean. It's like the legend.
at least Ollie
He was
played some football and gassed even the fans into believing
yeah.
that
Is
that
true.
he knew what
Yeah.
he was doing. It was more the fans.
I
I was
guess
like, Ollie at the wheel.
I
Oh my gosh.
think I wanted to compare it more to the fact that we get so hyped about legends, and that's why England's got Southgate as their manager. That's why Arsenal's got Arteta as their manager. That's why
They're not pragmatic. They're not.
Chelsea took
It's all about feel. England is all about. It's all about feelings.
yeah.
All of it is about feelings.
Meanwhile, a player who actually proves himself as a manager and gets the job, was it Bayern Munich?
Vincent Company.
Company.
I mean,
They are tearing him down.
they'll
before
argue
he's even started.
they'll argue that he hasn't like they'll argue he's taken one of the 4 best jobs, one of the 3 or 4 best jobs in club football.
But I
The
heard
only better job than that is probably the Real Madrid job, maybe the Barcelona job, and maybe the Man City job. So, and to get those jobs, you need to have a CV of trophies. So I do get the actual some of the criticism for
yeah,
um
natural criticism of
yeah,
a relatively new manager
I get
getting
it
that
because
job.
he shouldn't based on everything else, he shouldn't be anywhere near the Bayern Munich job. Let's keep it 100. But like I don't know.
I saw some punditry or somebody breaking it
I-
down that it's more about the style of play and what he did at
yeah, of course,
Burnley. They want to take that and copy it.
of course, that's what it is.
But I do understand. I guess I didn't pick a great example to compare really.
Yeah, you're good at asking questions more.
That's it. Yuri, not yummy. Yuri.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Is that who you? The striker.
Yeah. The guy who they subbed on, Denmark subbed on a bit earlier. I was thinking I couldn't see his shirt properly when he came on. I just saw what it looked like. It said yummy. I was like, huh?
If anything, based on the last 2 chances that Denmark created,
Whoa.
England can consider themselves lucky to
Yes.
not actually lose this game.
Yes. I agree.
Oh, Cole Palmer. He's thinking Heze was brought on ahead of me.
Hey, Cobby.
Look at all the midfielders. You got those
Yeah.
3 of those who can play, kind of centre midfield. Oh, Southgate. Options and choices, eh?
Yeah. If
Even though people like Raheem, like I said, even though people like Raheem Sterling and Rashford didn't have good seasons, and argue, what's his name? Um, Grealish didn't have the greatest season. Some of them played decently well for England. And just how you can pick Maguire and pick other players who haven't had a good season, but play well for England, you should be able to do the same thing for one of those. Like, I reckon one of those 3 should have come. One of them. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. And now we're here. Sad performance, really, from England. I think we watched 90 minutes now, and apart from 1 or 2 chances they created, once again, I haven't been impressed with England at all.
I think it's interesting because I'm hearing this commentator already actually analysing England, saying that they haven't had the right balance so far in any of the games. That's a better
Yeah,
analysis than we've had for a while.
which is all the manager. That's the manager and coaching. So
Yeah. If it stays 1-1, I'll be very interested to see how this is dissected by the media over the next week. Are they going to say England are lucky they didn't lose?
I mean, I don't know. But yeah, the balance is not right. The cohesion isn't there, which is the most important. Like when you're constructing a team, you got to think about the style of the players. I don't think Southgate is that smart at all. He's not thinking that deeply. Because if he's thinking about constructing an actual team, he wouldn't be like on my days. Let's leave all of these players that could, I'm bringing all the new toys. We're not even talking about the fact that Sancho's not even part of the squad, and Sancho's had a good season. He got to the flipping Champions League final.
Yeah. I feel like some of these decisions have been
Yeah,
not football based, have been political based.
100%.
Like Sancho's been in the media for negative reasons. Not for he hasn't done anything wrong. all he did was speak out to his own manager when the
And
manager
I
was
think
speaking
and I
out.
think that certain players that the FA like, they'll protect as well.
Yeah.
It's all of these things. It's just yucky. It's just England don't deserve nice things.
Okay. Denmark got the ball. Your opportunity for a last run, guys.
One more.
Last press.
Yeah, it's foul. This game's done.
Just looking at all these mud everywhere.
Arguably the worst games that we've watched have been England games.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you got to experience the treat that was the Turkey Georgia game, this looks, it pales in comparison. You're like, ugh. Oh,
Oh,
Eze.
but Eze can do something.
Oh, he got the ball. Oh, I wish someone could have got it from him. Received it. Pass it and someone shoot. No, John, you're taking too long, man. Why are you passing? Yeah, he needs to get in the box.
It's,
Too late.
it's done.
1-1. Well,
Well, you go. I mean, it's not the worst result in the world. Denmark are a decent team. A win and a draw. 4 points. Denmark gets 2. Technically speaking, if Slovenia, and it's a massive if, it won't happen. If Slovenia managed to beat England somehow, and Denmark beat Serbia, England could, depending on goals scored and all of these things, England could still go out.
yeah.
I mean, 3 teams could end on 4 points. No. Denmark will end on 5 if they win the next game. And Slovenia will end on 4. But Slovenia will need to beat England by a certain amount of goals
Yeah.
to affect some sort of goal difference. So it's unlikely that England won't qualify. It's unlikely that they don't get out of this group from this position. A win and a draw, you're nice.
Yeah.
And considering the fact that the other 2 teams, neither one of them won. They've drawn 2. So it's like no one else is trying to do a thing in this group apart from England. So I think England are comfortable. I think they'll still qualify. They'll probably beat Slovenia. I'm sure they will. But based on what I'm seeing in this from this England team, from the manager, from the players, they are not winning this tournament. I'll be very surprised if they do.
Yeah, because once they start.
The balance isn't there. The
No.
cohesion isn't there. The fluidity isn't there.
And it won't ever be there until everyone, the cultural aspects have to shift from the fandoms to the rivalries to the, yeah. Because look at this. Look at this Denmark team. They're already in a huddle. Furthermore, all the Denmark fans are cheering and enjoying themselves and smiling. The England fans just look annoyed. Half of them have left already. That's the problem. You just want to win. You want to be excellent, but you don't actually want to be that thing.
Be what?
Put the work in. Make yourself excellent. You just think you're excellent. No. What I saw from England was a bunch of good players from different teams just put together, and it's like some of them don't even like each other. Some of them shouldn't even be playing together. They're not complimenting one another. It's just weird.
Yeah, man. But I hear what you're saying, but I don't really like. Unless you're saying the English are more emotional, and they can't like play together because of that. Because those are sort of things that Rio Ferdinand would talk about in his time with the Gerrards, Gary Nevilles. They just couldn't gel, and Scholes, all these rivals. But I'm like, how can Real Madrid fans and Barcelona fans, Real Madrid players, Barcelona players come together for Spain, whereas Sergio Ramos for Real Madrid and David Villa for Barcelona and Xavi for Barcelona and this guy from Madrid, they come together for Spain and they fuck up everybody.
Because
And
I've,
those two, and the rivalry between those two is next levels, bro.
you know what I think
It's
it
next
is?
levels.
I think it's emotional intelligence and critical thinking. We do
Mm.
not have that in England, in general, let alone.
We don't have that anywhere. And most people don't have it. But yeah, you're right. Maybe I don't know if we can say it's an English thing that the lack of critical thinking. I just think it's more emotion.
That's what I mean by like the lack of critical thinking that is baked into like being British or English at the moment.
Mm.
That means all you've got to rely on is your emotions. So you're going all over. You're not. I think they just.
Yeah,
It's just
and,
this.
and also the way that football is spoken about in this country, like I've always
Yeah.
said, it's about determination. It's about um putting your heart in it. It's about putting your
Grit.
soul. It's about grit. That's what they talk about. All these emotive words.
Yes.
So football is such an emotional thing for the English. While for other people, it's a sport.
Yeah.
For other people, it's a sport. You just got to be good at it. They talk about it pragmatically. They talk about it in terms of technicalities. They don't use emotive language like the way that the English do.
I
Like
mean, we've got a
so
song called
that hence why continental football has changed English football. If it
Yes.
wasn't for I always say this, if it wasn't for the European coaches and managers and European players, the imports,
Yes.
the Premier League and the standard of football here will still look like Blackburn Rovers versus whatever in 1992,
I agree.
4-4-2,
I agree.
cross the ball in, like the whole 4-3-3, tiki taka football, keeping the ball on the ground, all of this sort of stuff. It came from the continent. It came from the fact that Brazilians exist and the Spanish
Yes.
exist. There's all that sauce,
Yeah. And then
and now we've got it here in the Premier League, and we don't identify where it's come from. So when now we go into the international tournaments and we got our this English players, and we want our English players to do the sauce. Listen, the sauce came from the foreign players mostly. In
yes.
like Foden's good, he is, but the sauce came from Mares,
Yeah.
really. It came from Sane. It came from even like, do you know what I'm saying? Yes, he's got saucy. He is saucy, but it's also knowing your players. And I think England, they inflate their players a
Yeah. Of
lot
course.
based on what they see in the Premier League and how high they hold the Premier League.
And
It's
that's
always the Premier
yes.
League, the best league in the world. So I expect these players from the Premier League to go on and do well in international
Yeah.
tournaments. And I always have to explain people that it's not the Premier League isn't the best league. It's the league that relies on the most pace and the league that relies on the most power and the league that relies on the most athletic humans, footballers.
Yeah.
It relies on that the most, and because of that, we see that as the best.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's got the most money, but why does it like? It's best because it's the most entertaining.
That's it. And
But sometimes when you're watching the most entertaining matches, it doesn't mean you're watching the best quality matches. A match that ends 5-3 is a very entertaining match. But let's step away for a second and understand you watch a match that's 5-3, which means both defenses are crap.
yeah.
Like it's about understanding what you're seeing and not getting caught up with just your feelings, and also be like, yes, I felt good. This match was good. It was very exciting, but let's not forget that okay, objectively, it wasn't a good game. And so many mistakes happened. These players did this. The defense wasn't good. It was all these things can both be true at the same time, and I don't. I guess essentially what I'm saying and what is I'm kind of agreeing with you because your point was about critical thinking and what I'm describing is almost a lack of, like you said, critical thinking and how to dissect football. Hence why, like I said, a lot of the
Yeah.
coaches that come over here, the Peps, the Klopps, even Fergie, who's technically Scottish, right, not English, they can see things more logically and less emotionally, and can implement certain things and can change things. You know what I mean? It's just different. I think, and I've you said it as well. For England to win anything in the future, I think the mindset will have to change and how football is played, how
Yeah.
football is seen, interpreted, digested. They have to
Yeah.
change the good footballers that they think are good are not that good, and some of the bad footballers they think are bad are better. And you just have to just respect the footballers that have really good technical ability
Yeah.
and push those footballers and just stop relying on the media, the Daily Mail, the certain press to influence your thinking and influence the way you see football.
Yes.
Because you'll watch with your own eyes something and then the media will tell you something different. Like the one thing that everyone's talking about now is the whole putting pictures of Saka up when England are playing badly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a brainwashing technique. Stuff like that happens all the time. I've been telling people that's what the media does.
Yeah.
Put up a picture of Lukaku, put up a picture of Pogba when Man United lose, put up a picture of Bruno when Man United win. You're gonna associate one with being with bad and negativity,
Yeah.
and you're gonna associate one football with positivity. So,
Condition.
regardless of what the footballers actually do on the football pitch, you're always gonna come away saying, "Oh, Bruno tries and Bruno's good," or "and Pogba's bad," and because you just have that, it's psychology, and people won't because they don't because psychology is about feelings and they feel whatever they feel and their feelings is real. They feel if you feel anger, you feel anger. No one can tell you that you're not angry if you feel
Yeah.
anger. So they validate their feelings and they're like, listen, doesn't matter. I feel this way about this player, which means this player is this. And it's very difficult to tell somebody that their feelings is wrong or misdirected because feelings are real. And it's one of the only things that we have. Like logic is not real. You can't feel logic. 1 and 1 equals 2. There's nothing you can feel about that. However, you can feel happy.
Yeah.
So it's like I get it. I do get it. But I just wish we had the intelligence to separate the two and understand that the two are different.
I think until that can happen, because I do actually think the more,
Because Alan Shearer's doing, it's like he's
yeah, I could hear him when he was commentating. He was not happy with the way they play. He's thinking like you. It's not as good quality as it should be. The team's not gelling the way they should be.
mm,
But what I was gonna say to add to your point is that the more now I've grown and I'm older and I see everything the way the world works, I actually think the mentality of the fans has to change for England to win. That's why when I say
that's the
it's
mentality
the
of a population though.
yeah,
Because
that's why I'm saying
fans
it
are
can't happen.
us, and it won't really happen.
We either change happens top down, bottom up usually, right? One or the other.
I think for change to happen, we need somebody who speaks a different language. We need someone rather than someone who just speaks politically like Southgate does, and I need someone to come out and be like, "This is the football we want to play, and this is the why I picked this player because of." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Southgate will never explain like, anything in detail. I've picked this player because I want to stretch it or whatever. He won't do it because he's not that guy. Like we need someone like that to be able to shush the population, shush the fans, and be like, stop praising, like not stop praising this player, but say this is what's going on. This player's getting picked because of this. Like,
Yeah. No offense, but we
just
need
give us a technical reason for stuff, and that way, I believe people will be educated a bit more,
yeah.
and they'll see things like, oh, okay, I like this player because he's quick, but okay, you're right, speed isn't everything. Like, it's the discourse. You just hope the discourse from the ex players will be better, but the discourse from the ex players are not that good.
No.
And one thing I've noticed watching football is that some of the ex players they're very good, right? A lot of them are legends in the game. However, most of them are failed managers, right?
Yeah.
And most of them are failed managers because they don't actually understand football at a deep level.
Yes, thank you.
They don't, and you can do something without fully understanding or being able to teach it.
And I would give Paul Scholes as a perfect example of that, where he tries to pundit sometimes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know what are you saying,
Because
Paul?
like speaking is one of the most important things to
Yes.
be a manager. So, and Paul Scholes is not a good talker. He never did interviews for Man United. So he's somebody who can do amazing things but can't articulate.
He's a baller, but he can't tell you how to do it.
Yeah, he can't articulate how he does. He's not going to be able to teach somebody and say, "This is how I do what I do."
Yeah.
Because it's for him, it's just natural. For him,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just I get the ball out my feet and I just pass the ball and I just spray the ball around. So yeah, some of these ex pundits they talk about passion and desire. He doesn't have enough passion. He doesn't have enough desire, and they never talk about the technicalities of the game because they don't fully understand.
no, especially that generation of player.
Yeah, they relied on Ferguson telling them that they can do it, or Fergie being a good man manager and talking about passion and desire and geeing them up.
Yeah, tell him draw the foul, draw that foul. When you make him fall down, get him down.
Yeah, and geeing them up. They've relied on that all the time. They've relied on passion and desire to be the get out, really. they get out all the time.
Mm.
So they can't even really like dissect a football match. I remember when Gary Neville and what's his name? Gary Neville and
Carragher.
Carragher started the Monday Night Football, and they started this whole let's put let's talk about the tactics. Let's talk about what happened and put pins here and put pins there. And the first time that a lot of people saw some real analysis, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you know other like managers been doing this for decades? Like this is not new what Gary Neville and these guys are doing with this analysis.
No, we're
And also, let's not forget that these two that are giving you this analysis are failed managers and they're defenders.
yes.
They're not attacking players. All Gary Neville did in attack was cross the ball. That's all Gary Neville did. So how the heck can he, failed manager at two different clubs, be putting pins on a table and talking to you about what the managers are doing and the shape and this and that? Like, bro, all you did was get to the byline and cross the ball in. That's all you did. Your football knowledge and a level of understanding, like football is always going to be a thinking man's game. I've always said the best footballers, whether you're Messi, Neymar, Ronaldinho, Xavi, Iniesta, you can tell the best footballers are the ones that think very quickly and like they can make a decision very quickly, think very quickly, make a decision very quickly. Because in football, there's 100 decisions to be made. There's 100 things you could do.
Yeah.
Choose the right one. The best footballers are always the footballers with the brains,
Yes.
with the brains up there. And the way that the Premier League has been, a lot of times we like the footballers that are just play on instinct. We like the footballers that just react, you know.
You.
So there's so many issues in the English game, like for me, that need to be ironed out if England, like you said, want to win something. Let me read out a comment. Someone just come in. Thank you guys. If you guys, anyone's still in the chat, please smash a like, share the video, all of that, all of that. We've just watched the game and we're just having a conversation about football in general, really. Sebastian just jumped in saying you got to sack Southgate. Cheers from Denmark.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We've been supporting you in this
Listen,
match.
in this stream, I have been slightly supporting Denmark. I'm not gonna lie. There's a comfortability of mediocrity with the English
Yeah.
that I do not like.
Same.
I hate it. I detest it. Like when you think about identity politics, the English are the worst when it comes to identity politics. Put someone in a position that makes me feel good, even though they're crap,
Yeah.
and they will say whatever they need to say to make us feel good, to distract us from the fact that they're not good. The best example of that for me, for my club as a United fan, is Ten Hag. Crap manager. I don't care what anyone says to me. But somehow he's managed to convince or brainwash the fans that he's good. He's a good coach. Southgate is another one. And they've managed to do something to the fans. They've managed to make the fans, not to be honest, a lot of England fans want to get rid of Southgate.
Yeah.
They do. But there are also some that don't. That think he's done really well. Really well. And I just can't believe that. So I agree. Sebastian, if England want to do anything, they have to sack Southgate. The good thing about the Southgate situation is that I hear through the grapevine that Southgate might be stepping down. He might be leaving anyway. So that issue will be taken care of. My only concern is that are they going to replace him with another yes man? Like the FA and the whole system, they want somebody who they can control, who they can use as a yes man. And I'm seeing the same kind of thing with United at the moment, which for me is dangerous. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Mm.
Smash a like, people. The next watch along, we're going to be doing a watch along for the next game, Italy versus Spain.
Yeah. Kickoff's at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
In about
so that's
50 minutes.
yeah. So stay tuned, guys.
Feel free to join back
Feel free to
and
join.
watch with us.
Smash the like, subscribe, of course, for more content. We do like to talk about the game, and on this channel, the channel is for intellects. This channel is for football purists, people who like to talk deep football. positions, tactics, styles of play, you know, certain players, how they play. Um,
Mm.
all of these things. We like to talk about formations. So yeah, this channel is about sort of deep football philosophy. We talk about the philosophy of football, the history of football, how football is interpreted
Mm-hmm.
around the world by different countries, how different countries play football. Like I said, styles. Yeah, so we like to go deep in this channel. I like to dissect things and analyze things at a critical level, especially when it comes to football. So that's what this channel's about. So yeah, um, all right, Sebastian. Another comment from Sebastian. Southgate 0 trophies in 7 to 8 years. Ten Hag 2 trophies in 2 years. I agree. He's not great though. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the trophies argument is always going to be a good argument, like, because what is football? Football is a sport, and you want to win trophies.
Yeah.
And I think the Ten Hag argument, Ten Hag, okay, don't get it twisted. Ten Hag is a better coach than Southgate.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a choice, I would keep Ten Hag, right?
Over Southgate.
Over, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. I would. There's, but, and to be honest, you have to give some credit. I'm not one of those Man United fans that just want Ten Hag out, and I'm not going to give him credit for winning the trophies. Like, he's come in and he's won 2 trophies in 2 years. Even one of them was a Carling Cup, one of them was an FA Cup. But for me, as a United manager, winning, you got to win a certain way. You have to win a certain way. Like, the season that we had under Ten Hag just gone was the worst football that I've seen at Manchester United. The Champions League performances were absolutely terrible.
Mm.
Some of the league performances, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, were absolutely shocking. We played some of the worst football. This was the worst Premier League season in Manchester United's history, or at least for the last 50, 60 years. That's just all a fact. We finished on -1 goal difference.
Mm.
And I can't ignore what I saw for 50 games based on winning one game.
Yeah.
Yes, we won the cup and we won a trophy after winning that one game. But we won that one game and it's all Ten Hag's fault. So if Ten Hag gets the praise, right? And listen to me, if Ten Hag gets the praise for us winning that one game, surely he must also get the criticism for all the games we've lost. Can't
Yeah.
pick and choose. You can't say let's all give credit to Ten Hag for winning the game and winning the
That's
FA
fair.
Cup, but then the games we lost, it's all the players' fault. That is wild to me. It's wild. So if we lost because of the players, I can then argue the players turned up and the players gave it their all against Man City, and it wasn't Ten Hag at all. It was the players that said, you know what? Despite Ten Hag's stupid tactics, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna play our game. We're gonna sit deep. We're gonna do what we need to do, and we're gonna win this game. And also, Man City were high. Man City were hung over that game. That was probably the worst I've seen
You're
Man City
right.
play all season against us. So context is key. Yes, Ten Hag is not absolutely trash, but he's not good. He's not that good either. Both of them are not that good. And the scary thing is, for me as a United fan, the scary thing is there's talk about Southgate replacing Ten Hag.
Mm-mm.
That is
That's crazy to me.
that's a London horror. That's a British horror story, right? That's a new series. Forget American Horror Story.
That's a British.
That's the British Horror Story. That's scary.
Yeah.
Imagine Southgate being Man United manager.
No,
My
I would.
gosh,
That would be so strange
it's crazy.
because I've never heard him speak about football in a way that makes sense, like in a replicable way. Like you can explain to me the decisions you made, why you made it, what formation you chose. You can retrospectively analyze it accurately and critically, understand your strengths and weaknesses. Explain, have a conversation, and rather than like you said, be sort of politician about everything, not really give.
Mm.
I don't know what kind of manager he would be for Man United because I don't really. Oh, here we go. Another comment from Sebastian.
Expecting a quick fix for a club that's in such deep trouble is unrealistic. Hasn't exactly been better with any other manager. The football has been pretty stinky so far, but give it time. Um, I'm not expecting a quick fix, but let me just tell you something, Sebastian. Why do you think, yeah, honestly, why do you think every other manager can go to a football club and in like a month transform the way they play? Why do you think Ange, the Tottenham manager, can go there and in a month get Tottenham to play some good football? Why do you think De Zerbi went to Brighton and's got Brighton playing some good football within? Why do you think other managers, Alonso for Bayern Leverkusen, why do you think other managers can go and ball out? Why do you think Manchester United Football Club play the worst football in the Premier League? Because I hear what you're saying, but you're ignoring all of that. You're ignoring the fact that when Man United play Burnley, when Man United play Brighton, worse teams with worse players than some of these teams that haven't had managers for that long. Why do you think they all play better football than Manchester United Football Club? And this is 2 years, right? 2 years, and still there's no fan that sees a style of play. This man, Ten Hag, right? And we've seen what he's trying to do. He's playing this transition football, not possession football. He wants to play transition football only. He said this many times. And you've seen what he's done. He's playing Casemiro by himself. And he's playing Bruno and Mason Mount or whoever it might be, especially at the start of the season, all the way forwards, number 10s, leaving Casemiro by himself, leaving the whole midfield open. Like, there's too many things that this manager's doing, which makes me feel like he doesn't understand. The fact that, for me, Amad Diallo is our best winger. He's our best winger, and he's not playing him. There's too many things that this manager's doing. He's falling out with too many players. You don't fall out with Varane and Casemiro. These two players, they've never fallen out with any manager in their life. Both of these two players. And they arguably are two best players. And this man's falling out with both of them. This man's falling out with loads of players. Like, there's just way too many things. And I haven't even started on talking about this man spent 400 million. 400 million pounds in like 1 year. He got all the players. He got his Anthony, 100 million on Anthony. This guy sanctioned 60 million on Mason Mount. That's what he did. That's what this manager did. All of these things I've said, and we're just gonna like, okay, it's all good. Let's keep this manager. I'm like, no, I'm not expecting United to be the best team in the world. I'm expecting to see a good style of football. And this whole Man United players don't want to play for the badge. Spurs don't have the problem United do. What does that mean? Man United players don't want to play for the badge. Like, do you think every single Man City player that they've bought cared about playing for the Man City badge? Do you think when Man City started, do you think Mahrez and all these ballers, oh, I want to play for the Man City badge because Man City are a prestigious club and they've got a great history? What does it mean, play for the badge? What does that even mean? I think that's what I'm saying. It's like all this emotional language that doesn't actually mean anything. It's like nobody plays for the badge. What does that even mean? You play to win. Like, it's just, yeah, I hear what you're saying. But most United players don't want to play for the badge. And I'm thinking, hold on a second. Are we talking about the fact that this guy brought in a lot of these players? He's brought in Hoyland. Are you saying Hoyland doesn't play for the badge? He's Bruno doesn't. Are you saying Bruno doesn't? Like, when you go through the team, and all the team is his players. Anthony, his player. Hoyland, his player. Garnacho, I don't rate Garnacho. His player. Kobe Manu, he's brought him through the youth system, but any manager would have brought Kobe Manu through the youth system. He's that good. He's not a find. He didn't find Kobe. Everyone knew about Kobe 5 years ago, right? You got Martinez, you got Varane, you got Dallo. So I'm thinking, who's not playing for the badge? This manager is setting the team up wrong every game. Like I said, getting outplayed by Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley. And then we're going to talk about the players not playing for the badge. Listen, the players can't play for this manager. I don't understand why no one can see the manager is a problem. Nobody's accepting that. It's just crazy to me. But it is what it is. I value your opinion, mate. Hopefully we can have more conversations and more debates, more healthy healthy debates and healthy conversations about football. Like I said, listen, Ten Hag isn't the worst, but this watching Man United be a transition team, this whole sit back and counter attack against some of the worst teams in the league, while all other teams can play a good brand of football, all other teams can keep the ball, and they don't have better players than us.
Yeah, Arsenal's a good example of that.
Like,
We don't have better players than you
yeah,
necessarily, but
the whole Sancho situation, like the fact that he's not playing Amad Diallo, who's our best winger, and he's consistently playing some of the, like, Hoyland's not good. There's too many things. There's too many things wrong with this manager and the money that he spent. I can keep going on, but it is what it is. Clearly, I'm not a Ten Hag fan. Clearly, I wanted him to be gone, and I wanted De Zerbi.
but
I wanted De Zerbi because I know for a fact I've seen what De Zerbi can do with Brighton. I've seen what this manager did with Brighton players. So based on what he can do with Brighton footballers, I know he can do a lot with these United players. I know that because we have better players than Brighton. It's just common sense. It's not that difficult to understand. If you can make a souffle with raisins and nothing but raisins somehow, I guarantee you can make a souffle with actual souffle ingredients.
yeah,
Yeah, right?
yeah. And the thing is, you weren't like you haven't been Ten Hag out from the beginning.
No,
You actually, when
I
Ralph brought him in, we thought that's actually
the reason why I was Ten Hag in because I thought he was gonna come with a brand of football that we haven't seen for a long time. The one thing United fans have all been saying for the last 4 or 5 years is Oli Ball's dead, Mourinho Ball is dead. We want someone to come in with a philosophy, a rigid philosophy of
yeah.
good attacking football that he believes in, that he can apply at United and coach these players into doing. That's why all of us wanted this manager. He's come in and he said that he can't even coach these players. He can't play this. He's brought in all of these players, by the way, from Ajax. He's brought in all of his players that he played a certain brand of football with. And he said he can't play a certain brand of football in the Premier League. He can only play this quick Liverpool style, heavy metal transition football thing. That's all he can play. Which means, and you and I both know that if you can only play this transition counter-attack football, it means when it comes to low blocks, you're not going to be able to break down any low blocks because you can't keep the ball. You can't probe and find gaps. You can only do this quick, frantic football. And that's all he can do. And he's constructed a team that can only play that way. That can't keep the ball and can't keep possession unless they're frantically attacking. That's not good. That's not good. Last season, he played Ericsson and Casemiro as two holding midfielders. Yeah. The way that a lot of teams play. Low defensive block, good structure, hard to beat. This season, you tore it all up and he decided to play some fantasy FIFA football.
Yeah.
Listen, this guy, I know I can talk forever about this guy, but it's just not serious. It's not serious. But that being said, guys, I think we've had a decent stream. 64 views, individual views altogether. 64 people
65 now.
have jumped in and jumped out of the chat. If you're jumping in and jumping out, just smash a like. This is the place to be for all your England games. We're going to be reacting to a lot more games. You're going to have my perspective. I'm a Man United fan. Your perspective
I'm an
as a
Arsenal fan.
lady and an Arsenal fan. So two different perspectives on the games as they happen. Yeah, man, stick with us. It's going to be fun, but we are going to have a break now and we will be back.
Yes, and shout out Sebastian in Denmark. That is cool.
Shout out
You're our first
Sebastian.
Denmark viewer.
Listen, Sebastian, you've got me. You've got me talking and thinking about Man United. I didn't come on the stream to talk about Manchester United, but your points that you've made has got me. You stirred me up. You stirred me up.
No, but he's got some interesting
No,
points.
but
I don't have to agree with everything,
listen,
but
that's what I like. I
it's
like the points you've made, Sebastian.
Sebastian's a smart person, you can tell.
Yeah, yeah. I like the fact that you don't agree with me.